Hey, casual tutorial time. Let's learn some binds. Anyway, I'm going to assume you know the normal front style bind. I'm going to assume you know the normal side style bind. So, front style. If you're doing whatever you're doing front style, you can bind out of a flip. So just you know how to do a flip, and you know how to bind. Just line them up so you're doing them smoothly. That's all just timing, it's practice, you should be able to figure it out. A side style variation of that can look pretty interesting but is a little more difficult than that is, I think I've seen that called a flare bind before. The idea is that you undermount, then you toss the yo-yo into the air and tug down slightly with your throw hand, and the bind should take. So there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not great at that. It takes a little bit of practice. You can also do it on the inside of your arm. I think that's a little more difficult, but it does work. Like that. And one that looks similar to those where the yo-yo goes up into the air is what's called skybind. The idea is that you pull the yo-yo up into the air and make it so it hits this string. So, like that. And with practice you can do it faster, more aggressively, you can do it slower if you want. A variation of that I use, that I like, is you just sort of let the yo-yo drift across and you bring the string into it. And the bind takes and it's just relaxed. That's the way I do my binds pretty often, just when I'm playing for fun. Yeah. Now, the next one I want to cover that's going to be pretty interesting is what I call a slap bind, where you use a part of your body to shove the string into the gap. For front style, you're going to be swinging the string so it's under the yo-yo, and you're going to be using the back of your arm or hand to shove the string into the gap like that. So the idea, most of the work is being done by your throw hand, because the throw hand is putting the string where it needs to be and pulling it up. The only thing that the non-throw hand is doing is just a slight up motion, just to sort of finish the job. So. And again, that's the sort of thing that just takes some practice. The main thing you want to focus on is getting the string into the gap with the throw hand, and when it lands, pulling up slightly. And you can also do that same sort of slap bind from side style, except it's a little different. The way that you usually see it is swing the string down and under the yo-yo, and then when it gets to the other end, you just push the string in with your non-throw hand. And for me, it's pretty hard, but you can do it. Shouldn't be too bad. And so you have that slap bind on your front style and your side style. You can also, very similar to that, is just do a one-handed bind. So the idea is that you basically do the exact same move that you were doing with the slap bind, but instead you do it a little more aggressively, and when the string hits the gap, you pull up more aggressively with your throw hand. And you can get a one-handed bind to take. Okay, so in for reveal, you throw the string into the gap, and then when it hits, you pull up a little bit. Like that. Again, and you can also do a one-handed bind from side style, but it's really difficult, so I probably won't be able to land it. Okay, I landed it once, so that's pretty hard, and there are lots of variations on that you see people do. The easiest one-handed bind like that is definitely doing it from front style, so that's where I say you should practice that, and then learn to do it from side style once you're ready. And let's see what's left. That's another one that is of note, just sort of completely random, is if you want to adjust your tension as you're playing front style, you can adjust your string tension out of a bind. It's basically like a sidewinder. You do a good throw instead of a bad throw. When the bind starts to take, you bring your hand across, and then when you're done, you grab it. So just go straight in and grab it. If you wait at all and try to hover your hand around, it'll get weird. So just straight up. When you're ready to finish it, grab it. So anyway, hope that wasn't too long, hope that was pretty quick. If you want to learn any more vines, then let me know. I can make a second one of these if I think of other vines. And you know, if these are things that are interesting, let me know in comments on YouTube or Reddit. Subscribe on YouTube if you want, like either place. And if you haven't been liking the show, thanks.